me great pleasure to join you during this historic occasion on the launch of wetlands restoration in Kiambu County, here at Ondiri Wetland, Kiambu County. The launch is part of the ongoing government efforts to plant 15 billion trees by 2032 and restore and conserve wetlands and the associated catchments under the newly conceived Adopt a Wetland initiative, which seeks to catalyze the participation of various stakeholders in enhancing wetlands conservation in the country. Ladies and gentlemen, the government, through the Presidential Executive Order Number 2, has prioritized restoration and conservation of wetlands in the country. The Ministry of Environment, Climate Change and Forestry and the National Environment Management Authority are at the center of driving the agenda on behalf of the government. Wetlands are among Kenya's most productive ecosystems. They include lakes, swamps, marshes, rivers, and their riparian zones. Wetlands cover approximately 4% of Kenya's land surface area. These ecosystems are important sources of construction materials, food, medicine, pasture for livestock, and sources of water for domestic and industrial use. Ecologically, wetlands harbor diverse habitats which provide feeding and breeding areas for wildlife, some of which are endangered, vulnerable, threatened, and range restricted. Many of them are also important bird areas. Ladies and gentlemen, my ministry appreciates that enhancing the participation of the civil society organizations, private sector, and the public is key in realizing the agenda on wetlands restorations in the country. One way to catalyze the participation of these stakeholders in conservation of these ecosystems is encouraging them to be lead champions. It is against this background that my ministry and NEMA are rolling out the Adopt a Wetland initiative. The objective of the Adopt a Wetland initiative is to enhance wetlands restoration and conservation through the establishment of lead champions for wetland conservation. The stakeholders targeted in the Adopt a Wetland and Catchment Restoration Initiative include government agencies, NGOs, private sector players, and individual members of the public. A stakeholder interested in being the lead champion in conservation of a certain wetland will be the wetland adopter. Ladies and gentlemen, it is against this background that we are gathered here today to launch Ondiri Wetland Restoration here in Kiambu County, which is spearheaded by the Kenya Water Towers, working jointly with the community and other stakeholders. I wish to commend KWTA for adopting the wetland and embarking on a journey to restore and conserve the wetland jointly with the local community and other stakeholders. The wetland is one of the sources of Nairobi River. It is a major source of drinking water, pasture for livestock, and a key habitat for bird life. Despite this importance, the wetland is facing various threats such as burning and cutting down of trees, pollution in form of effluent discharge, encroachment by local communities, siltation owing to soil erosion from nearby farms, invasion by planted exotic species, and over-abstraction waters using motorized farms. To address these threats, a management plan was prepared and launched for implementation last year, 2022. We need to continue implementing the management plan in order to restore the ecological integrity of the wetland and enhance the benefit realized from it. I'm urging KWTA to work with the local community and other stakeholders to promote restoration and conservation of the wetland by implementing the management plan. My ministry is committed to work with you to ensure the wetland is restored. Ladies and gentlemen, besides Ondiri Wetland, there are many other wetlands in Kiambu County that we need work to conserve. In this regard, I'm urging other stakeholders, including government agencies, private sector players, and civil society organizations, to borrow a leaf from KWTA and come forward to adopt and champion for conservation of wetlands of their choice, not only in Kiambu County, but other parts of the country. Let us work together to restore these ecosystems by planting trees to restore degraded riparian areas, raise public awareness on the importance of the wetlands, spacing where necessary, and development of wetland management plans, and undertake community livelihood improvement initiatives. The wetland restoration efforts are expected to yield immense benefits in the long term, such as contribution to the attainment of the 15 billion trees national target by 2032. Improved wetlands ecological integrity, as well as improved provision of ecosystems from targeted wetlands, among other benefits. My ministry is committed to work with all actors to ensure our wetlands are restored and conserved. Last but not the least, I would like to thank all of you for sparing some time to come and witness the launch of the wetlands restoration in Kiambu County. The journey for restoring our wetlands in the county has started here at Ondiri Wetland. Let the restoration efforts spread to other parts of the county and the rest of the country. In this regard, I'm looking forward to seeing more wetland adopters coming forward to working with my ministry to safeguard our wetland resources. The cooperation and contribution in safeguarding the environment by all actors is very much appreciated. Let us all join hands to ensure that we have a clean and healthy environment for all. For we all have a duty and responsibility to safeguard the environment for the benefit of the current generation and for prosperity. Ladies and gentlemen, I now wish to declare the wetland restoration campaign in Kiambu County officially launched. Thank you.